Hi Pre-Calc, I'm going to solve a little bit more with the exponentials with you because the other case, the logs, are a bit easier to do. This is the exponentials take a little more. They can be a wider variety and a bit more difficult. Alright, so let's solve this one. Let's start by cross multiplying this to the other side. 1 times anything is itself, so we can start with that. Alright, now remember, you always want to isolate the exponential part, so let's move this 1 to the other side. So we move the 1 to the other side, we just subtracted 1 to both. And now we can go ahead and take the ln. So I'm going to take the ln. That allows me to bring this down in front. Okay, remember ln of e is equal to 1, so that goes away. And we're almost there. We're going to just divide off this 2. Right, so now we get the x by itself. Alright, so what I want to caution you with on this one is sometimes students put this in the calculator incorrectly. You got to watch. This is not the same. This is not the same as ln of 99 over 2. Okay, so what you got to watch. This is not. You don't want to put that in your calculator. The only thing taking the ln, the only thing that goes in the ln is the 99, not the 2, not the 2. So just be careful. All right, so let me see here. I'm gonna do ln of 99. Now notice after the 99 here, I'm gonna close the parenthesis. And then I'm going to divide it by 2 because I don't want the 2 in there. Alright, so what are we getting? 2.298. 2.298. So again, right here, this is what you would call your exact answer. And this is my estimate. Okay, they are asking you to estimate in the book. That's why I'm helping you with that. Because you can do all the work, get it right, and then not put it in your calculator correctly. Okay, gang, this is a wowzer. The first thing you want to do is try to figure out if this is exponential equation is isolated. And it is. This whole thing right here, this is the base. This whole thing's the base, right? The base can look really obnoxious. This is the base raised to this exponent equals to that. So it's already isolated. I just need to go ahead and solve it. And like I keep suggesting, you can always just take ln or log base 10 to both sides. That will always work. Lots of students like the logs. They don't find this section too crazy, or it's very doable once you practice enough. Right, so that then allows me to bring the exponent down in front. Now the thing I'm solving for here is the t, so I want to divide off everything else, which is an enormous amount of stuff. And I want to do that to both sides. So what that does on the left here is it gets rid of the 12 on the t, and it gets rid of all of this. So that just leaves me with t on the left. Okay, so this is the exact answer. Now we're going to approximate it. And some students, if their calculator isn't very good, if they can't quite do this all in one shot or 2 shots, they'll start to estimate everywhere and their answer will be a little off, but it'll still be correct. So I can tell if you're in the ballpark. But if you sort of like estimate all the parts and then you put all the parts together for the final answer, it will, the error there can accrue. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show you what might be a good way to do this. I'll make a suggestion. So what I would suggest you do is you can find the whole bottom and then flip it down and then put the ln2 on the top. Or you can just go left to right with everything. But that's the way I'll show you. So here I go. I'm just going to start with the bottom, and I'll show you how to flip it down once I plug the bottom in. So 12 times ln of 1 plus 0.10 divided by 12. Okay, you don't need to put the 0 on the 0.10 because that's the same. 0.1 is the same. All right, now I'm finding the answer for the bottom, which is that. Now this key right here will flip it to the bottom. So I'm going to hit this. I'm going to flip the answer down. All right, so that's what it looks like in the bottom. So that's the bottom, but now I got to multiply it by the top. So times ln 2 is putting the numerator on that fraction. So t is going to equal to 6.96, and then it's a 0, so we don't need. Okay, so about 7 years. You can put the 0 on there if you want to. Okay, gang, so please practice that, because part of this next test is really testing your calculator skills. Okay, let me stop this here because I'm done with doing exponentials. I'll move to the logs for this section. We're in 3-4 now. Okay, gang, catch you. Bye.